All right, the time is now 6 p.m. Our regular city council meeting for November 14, 2023 is now in session. And I will lead us with the opening prayer and the pledges of allegiance to the flags for the state of Texas and U.S. flag. Would you please rise? Father, we come this evening and ask for your blessing. May you give us your wisdom and guide our hearts to solve the problems and distinguish between right and wrong, bringing order and stability to our community. In this we say, amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one, indivisible. All right, first I'm going to stay down here because we have a proclamation we're reading today. Mr. Vasquez, if you can just join us up here, please. The City of Schertz Proclamation. The Schertz Cemetery Dedication, Texas Historical Marker, November 18th, 2023. Whereas the Texas Historical Commission and the City of Schertz are recognizing the Schertz Civil Cemetery with the dedication of a Texas Historical Marker on November 18th, 2023. Whereas this burial ground came into existence around 1905 and served as a burial ground for the first Mexican farm workers to this part of Texas. Whereas initial German family of Michael Dietz, Elizabeth Dietz, who established their farmstead and bestowed a portion of the farm where the farm workers could be buried with their families, an act which is still recognized and appreciated today. Whereas these families were migrants from Rosales, Coahuila, Mexico, and found work in planting and harvesting corn, milo maize, sugarcane, and ultimately cotton. Whereas this Mexican and German immigrant paved the way for the small farming communities of Cibolo and Schertz to what is now a flourishing population of more than 100,000 residents in the Cibolo Valley. Now, therefore, I, Ralph Gutierrez, Mayor for the City of Schertz, do hereby, on behalf of the City Council, proclaim November 18th, 2023 for this historical marker. Thank you. Mr. Vázquez, Mike's here, sir.
Okay, well, thank you, Mayor. It's a historical and important day for Schertz this Saturday. I invite you to come out. It will be held over at Mikulski Hall, and we'll have some music in the morning. Dedication will actually take place at about 11, and then we'll have some lunch, and then we'll have some afternoon speakers that will talk about local history to include the indigenous population, the German migration, followed by the Mexican migration, and then I'll wind it up with some cemetery stories. You might be in there. All right, thank you.
They're not scary stories, all right? They're not ghost stories. There's history behind these markers, and it's very interesting. Dr. Vasquez shared several things with me, and it's part of our history of the city of Schertz, and it's very interesting. So please come out and join us November 18th, Mikulski Hall. Let's take a photo.
Oh.
All right, next we have Fire Prevention Week, right? Let's get started here. We have quite a few kids that entered some great posters, so Chief, it's all yours.
Thank you, Mayor. Does Oscar have the PowerPoint? There we go. All right. Well, welcome everyone. I got to pull out my notes here. This was kind of a last minute audible for me to come up here and speak, so give me one moment. This year, we were honored to have 345 posters submitted into the contest. All the schools in SC, UCISD, as well as Schertz-based schools were allowed to submit posters. So quite a few entries. That's always impressive to see that many children who want to take fire prevention seriously. Oscar, you're giving away all of our secrets. Oscar. We had 600 people that voted from our city staff. So we had quite a few of our folks show up to look through all these posters that were laid out through this hall. And it was a fun activity for all that day. We were glad that we could get everybody involved. But without further ado, let's go ahead, since we've already gotten there, name our winners. So kindergarten and first grade winners. In third place, we have Christian Lee from Sipple Elementary. Coming up, Christian. Congratulations, Christian. Yeah, well, Christian, come back up here, buddy. We're going to take a big photo here in just a second, okay? In second place, we have Mary Jane Watson, who's a kindergartner at Pascal Elementary. She here? Not here. All right, we'll make sure we get her trophy. And in first place, we have Haley Cortinez, who is a first grader at Rose Garden Elementary. All right, Mary, Haley, you want to come over here? We'll do a big group photo at the end. They misspelled it. I'm sorry. Harley, all right. I'll remember that. Second and third grade winners. We have Aurora Donabauer. Did I say that right? Close. She's a third grader at Sipple Elementary. Congratulations. All right, in second place, we have Natalie Lorenzana, third grader at Sipple Elementary. Oh, Natalie? Oh, there she is. And in first place, we have Zachary Cox, who was a second grader at Sipple Elementary. All right, our fourth grade winners. In third place, we have Levi Kiker, is fourth grader at Sipple Elementary. Come on over here, buddy. Second place, we have Mason Phillips, fourth grader at Sipple Elementary. And in first place, we have Ian Whitaker, who's a fourth grader at Sipple Elementary. And the last award was the mayor's choice. That was Harley Cortinez. Again, our first grader from Rose Garden Elementary. I'll invite all the kids up here to take a photo with our prevention staff as well as our mayor. Come on up, kid. Come on over here, guys. Good job, all. Thank you so much.
All right, we'll move on with our next presentation is the 2024 Schertz Young Leaders class. Ms. Gonzalez or Ms. Schrum? It's on.
Good evening, Council, Mayor, Mr. Williams. I am not Cassie Paddock. I am Lauren Schrum, Director of Parks and Recreation. I will do my best. I'm here tonight to present the Class of 2024 Schertz Young Leaders. Just a little history for those who don't remember. It was a new program we started last year. We transitioned our Schertz Sweetheart Court into a different leadership program. There's some stringent requirements. There's 6 sessions, a council meeting, a school board meeting, a volunteer event, a graduation presentation as part of this program. And there is a tough selection process. This year we had quite a few applicants, and it was a tough job narrowing it down to the 12 that we have in the program today. Like I said, they have 7 different months that they meet and have different leadership topics that they focus on: team building, emotional intelligence, communication, decision making. They visit areas in the community. Randolph is one of those. Learn about education, community businesses and partners, and then they have their graduation in May with the final project presentation that they do to council. So without further ado, I want to list all the names, and then they're going to come up and introduce themselves to you like we did last year and just tell a little bit about themselves. But we have quite a few from Clemens High School this year. We have, sorry, I should have paused for that. It's just like my Aggies, whoop. Anella Clark, 10th grade, JC McElroy, 10th grade, Sarah Johnson, 10th grade, Eleanor Forsberg, 10th grade, Layla Burcham, 10th grade, Maddie Mays, 10th grade, Adrian Edwards, 11th grade, Connor Gobin, 12th grade, Kira Bierce, 12th grade. Then from Founders Academy, Jacob Ha, 10th grade. St. Mary's Hall, we have Micah Geese, 12th grade, sorry. And Steele High School, we have Jacqueline Wheatley from 12th grade. So I'm going to go ahead and have them come on up and introduce themselves. And we'll go in order on the slide. Go in order. First test.
Hello, my name is Anila Clark. I am a sophomore from Clemens High School. I am a part of the Clemens cross country team and the leadership at my junior ROTC program. In the future, I would like to attend West Point or the Air Force Academy as my father is in the Army. And I appreciate you having me tonight, and I appreciate all the future opportunities you're going to give me. So, thank you.
Hi there. My name is JC McElroy. I'm in the Schertz Young Leaders, as you can see. Yeah. I'm the youngest of 5 kids, with me being the only girl. Let's see. I'm a sophomore at Clemens High School. Go Buffs. Woo. Some programs I'm in outside of this. I'm involved in my theater program, and I'm also involved in the International Bachelorette, or IB for short. Ours. I really like learning and learning how things work and why they work. And because of that, I'm an aspiring engineer, and I hope to go to college here in Texas to stay with my mom and dad. Yeah.
Hello, my name is Sarah Johnson. I'm a sophomore at Clemens High School. I'm the captain of the girls varsity tennis team. After graduation, I plan to attend A&M and pursue a career in pharmaceutical work. I'm so grateful for this opportunity to enhance my leadership skills. Thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Eleanor Forsberg, and a little bit about me is that I'm a sophomore at Samuel Clemens High School, where I play varsity tennis. Outside of school, I participate in 4-H. I love to cook, and I value spending time with my friends and family. After high school, I hope to attend Texas A&M and study engineering, and I'm so excited for this fun opportunity of the Schertz Young Leaders Program. Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Layla from Clemens High School. I'm a sophomore. I am an officer in student council. I'm also a member of the class of 2026 club, and I hope to study architectural engineering in an undecided college yet, maybe UT, but yeah, thank you for this opportunity. And
Howdy, y'all. I'm Madison Mays. I'm currently a sophomore at Samuel Clemens High School. I serve as our treasurer for our Samuel Clemens FFA, and I'm also a member of our Samuel Clemens DECA organization. I've lived in Schertz for 15 years now, and I'm so excited to help out our lovely community. I'm hoping to graduate Samuel Clemens with my associate's degree and go to Texas A&M, Gayrum, and get my veterinarian's license to become a livestock and small animal veterinarian. I'm so blessed to be on this program and to introduce myself to you, Mayor Ralph Gutierrez, and the council members as well. Thank you.
First, hello, everybody. Nice to meet all of you. It's really my pleasure, really, to meet all of you. Never thought I'd be in this position where I could be in a city council meeting. I think it's really cool. But my name is Hadrian Edwards. I do go to Samuel Clemens High School. I play football, I wrestle, I plan to play baseball in the spring, and I am in AFJ or TC as well. I do orienteering and PT. And a few things about me is I love to fish. A lot. That's part of my life, you know. And I actually like reading, so I love reading a lot. And I plan on going to a service academy. That's really what I want to do. I want to be an officer in the military. I want to be specifically a JAG officer in the military, so that's my dream. Thank you.
Good evening, council members. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm Connor Gobin, 17 years old. I'm a senior at Samuel Clemens High School. I'm a member of the National Honor Society for my second year in a row. I'm a basketball referee. I also work at HEB, the newest one here in Cibolo. Next year I'll be going to Texas State to study criminal justice, and one day I hope to obtain my peace officer's license.
Hello, my name is Kira Pierce, and I'm a senior at Samuel Clemens High School. I joined Schertz Young Leaders because I'm interested in learning more about my local government and how the community runs. I'm very interested in getting involved in politics and grassroots efforts in Schertz, and I thought this was going to be a great way to find connections for that. I'm very grateful to have the opportunity to have the Schertz Young Leaders experience.
Good afternoon, Council. My name is Jacob Ha. I'm a sophomore at Founders Classical Academy of Schertz. I was elected to represent the 10th grade at my school, and I play on the varsity basketball team, and I'm on the student serve team at my church. I lived in Schertz my entire life, which is why I'm so excited to be part of this program and learn more about the city in which I live. And I can't wait to see the fruits of it and throughout my life and all throughout my future. And so I thank you all for the opportunity for making this possible.
Good afternoon. My name is Micah Geis. I'm a senior at St. Mary's Hall High School. Some things about me is I'm a captain of sports council, captain of the bowling team. Bowling, yeah, sports. I play football as well, and I'm looking to attend school at either UMiami, UT, UCLA, or USC, and I'm majoring in accounting and hoping to go to law school. So I'm really appreciative of this program and teaching me more leadership skills, especially when I'm in things like sports council and stuff, when I have to lead whole council. So it's a very interesting program, and I'm really excited to learn. Thank you.
Hi, hello, good evening. My name is Jacqueline Wheatley. I'm representing Steele High School. A few things about me. I currently am involved in band. We just finished up our marching season. I'm the pit captain of the percussion. We recently got 7th place in area band, which is the highest we've ever placed so far, so I'm really proud of that. I'm also a military child, so I've moved across the United States, but I've always felt like Texas is my home. So being here today and being on this council means a lot to me, so I hope I can grow as a person and an individual and use this experience to help me as I continue to be a leader in other aspects at school. I recently got a kick for a scholarship to go towards my college future. I'm hoping to be able to go somewhere in Texas, still kind of figuring out where, but I am so thankful for this opportunity, so thank you so much.
Council, your class of 24 Schertz Young Leaders.
I'd like to say thank you all for stepping up and being ambassadors for our city. You will really learn quite a bit during your next couple months here, and look forward to see you on different events and different the leadership classes that you'll be taking. Thanks again for stepping up. Appreciate it.
Mayor, can you come down for the photo? Thank you. All guys in the back. Ladies.
I guess leave room for the mayor.
Our next presentation is the upcoming Holly Dazzle event on Saturday, December 2nd, 2023. Ms. Schramm?
Hello again. Yes, Holidazzle time. It's hard to believe, but it is that time of year. So I'm here to let everybody know the plans. You also are getting your council packets this evening. Kat is going to pass those out if she hasn't already. So the way we kick off the holiday season here in Schertz, of course, is Deck the City Hall. That is going to be November 30th, I believe, is the date. It's a Thursday. We have the cookies and hot cocoa, sponsored by the Chamber. We have the crafts and activities, and then we light up the tree and the buildings here in the Hal Baldwin campus. So join us for that. We did also add additional lights this year at the campus. We utilized some of the funding we had from canceling the New Year's Eve event, put a little bit of the money into the lights and a little bit of money into the Holidazzle festivities. How do we get the word out about Holidazzle? Here's our marketing efforts. You know, we have our billboard on I-35, that's been up. We have our media advisories going out. We do have everything on the website, social media, the magazine, email blasts. And we also send letters to all the businesses and residents in Aviation Heights that are affected by the parade, so they're aware that this is going on. And then this is our event map. It is similar to years past, highlighting all the different areas in the ballpark and the Civic Center, and noting the parking and things like that. So we kick off, Holidazzle that morning at 8 a.m. with Breakfast with Santa. And we have 3 back-to-back sessions with Breakfast with Santa in the Bluebonnet Hall. The breakfast is sponsored by Abel's Diner. We thank them for that. And then we have the Kris Kringle Market going on simultaneously that day in the Grand Ballroom. We actually have about 40 vendors now. We opened up a few more spots. We were able to squeeze in a little bit more room. Then we go into the outside activities in the afternoon and the holiday hoopla from 4 to 8. That's at the Johnny McDowell Ballpark. Again, we've got the fireside roasting and toasting, the s'mores. We've got food trucks. We've got the Mount Schertz Snow Hill that you see there in the photo. The 2 snow play areas. We've got the ice rink back. We've got some frozen inflatable playland, some slides. We've got face painting, balloon twisters, photos with Santa. And then new this year, we've got the big marquee letters that you can stand in front and take your photo that spell out Holidazzle. So it should be a nice photo opportunity for folks. And then we end the evening with the parade, the Festival of Angels parade. Parade starts at 6, staging at Pickerel Park at 4:30. Roads start closing about 4 p.m., the secondary roads, and then all the major roads are shut down at 5. And then the full shutdown, the last intersections at 5:30, and we're ready to go by 6. And hopefully we see Ralphie again this year. I love that costume there. Same parade route as years past. It starts in Pickerel Park, goes down Main Street, comes up Schertz Parkway, into Community Circle Drive, and ends there at the parking lot in the back of Community Circle, where they can disband. And this parade route is on our website and on social media, and we promote this, and then we send this out, like I said, to all the businesses. For future planning, we talked in previous meetings and retreats about, going to a trail of lights in the future. Just want to let y'all know we are still working on that research. We have visited Marble Falls this year, talked with them about their setup, how they fund it, it's a partnership between their chamber and their city. We talked about staffing it. We've talked about electrical maintenance, all those things. So we're getting all of the different options available, visiting different cities, cost analysis, all the operational needs, and we'll come back to you guys with the plan, and we can decide how we want to move forward for next holiday season. And that's all I have, unless there's any questions about Holidazzle.
Thank you so much. This is one of our biggest events also, and I can't say enough for our city staff for putting this together and providing that quality of life event for our community. Appreciate it. Thank you. Council, floor is open for questions or comments. Thank you. All right, we'll move on to announcements and upcoming city events. Mr. James.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. Just as a reminder that now through Friday, November 17th, the Blue Santa program is accepting applications. You can go to Schertz.com/Blue Santa or stop by the Schertz Police Department to apply. Applications for those individuals requesting assistance are available, and the deadline is Friday, November 17th. Those willing to donate can pick up a Blue Santa tree gift tag beginning Monday the 20th in the Police Department lobby. Monetary and gift card donations are also accepted, and donations of unwrapped gifts must be received by Thursday, December 7th. Just as a reminder that Friday, November 17th as well is the Hal Baldwin Scholarship Golf Tournament. That's at 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Olympia Hills Golf Course. Monday, November 20th, we're having a City Council orientation. That's here in Council Chambers from 1 to 4. We are doing canvassing for the election that evening at 6 p.m. in Council Chambers. Council will be meeting to canvass the election results from the November 7th, 2023 general election. The city will be closed on Thursday, November 23rd and 24th. And then again, as Lauren mentioned, we're going to be having the tree lighting ceremony on the 30th at 6 p.m. in the Hal Baldwin Complex.
All right, announcements and recognitions by our city manager, Mr. Williams.
Thank you, Mayor. We had several promotions this month. We had Dallas Hopper, Sean McKenna, Sean Seco, and Chris Martinez all promoted from the rank of corporal to sergeant in the police department. Aaron Noah promoted from building inspector to plans examiner. And Jim Bruce was made he moved from building inspection to chief building official. And then also on Friday, November 10th, several of Schertz officials attended the Schertz Cibolo Selma Veterans Day program, which was put together by the Chamber's MAC, Military Advisory Committee, and the City of Selma. They did a wonderful job at their beautiful new Veterans Plaza out in front of Selma City Hall, and it was a really nice celebration. Also, lastly, Mayor, I'd like to just say to pray for City Manager of Seguin, Steve Parker. Many of you may know him. He was a 22-year resident of the city of Schertz and good friend. His wife, Wendy, passed away today. I know many out there may be watching are friends of the family. Just pray for their family, if you would. And that's it, Mayor.
Okay. Announcements and recognitions by the mayor. First of all, we had our veterans ceremony on Friday. It was very touching. Love the cooperation between the three cities to have the ceremony so that we can attend each other's ceremonies now. And I also had the opportunity to attend another Memorial Veterans Day ceremony at the Fort Sam Houston National Cemetery, and it was a special presentation by the Buffalo Soldiers, so it was pretty interesting to see to be a part of that one. We are canvassing next on November 20th. We are canvassing our votes. We will have 2 new council members that will be seated here. The 3rd council member is in the runoff, and we hope to canvass that sometime in December also. But I just want to say thank you all for being part of this council, and I hope to see you all on Monday, November 20th, and greet the new council and say goodbye to the council that's seated right now. And we have Thanksgiving. If we don't see you here, happy Thanksgiving also, which is coming up this Thursday. And be safe, and I hope you have plenty to eat. All right. With that, we'll move on to the hearing of residents. This time is set aside for any person who wishes to address the City Council. Each person is limited to 3 minutes, and before addressing the City Council, for the record, please state your name and address. We also have a public hearing, so if you'd like to speak during the hearing of residents, you may do so or wait for the public hearing, or you can speak at both. The option is yours. With that, Mayor Pro Tem, please call our first speaker.
R. Eds. We'll make this short. My name is Richard Eads, 5523 Cypress Point. I've got other issues I got to address with the zoning tomorrow, but I want to at least let you guys know. I'm not sure your zoning department is doing you justice. I was here during your comprehensive meeting when you were trying to replan the areas. And I believe you all looked at the map, the big comprehensive map, which was very confusing, 12 different colors kind of a deal. The area that we're talking about is Schertz Gateway. It's out by Schwab Road, which is yellow, single family residence, which now we're going to find out they're going to zone for apartments. And we addressed this at that comprehensive planning meeting, and even the city council is saying putting these 4-story apartments behind residents that's zoned for residential is not fair. So I'm going to be addressing this probably in the next few weeks with zoning tomorrow, and your zoning and planning people, they come up with 1,000 excuses to why they want to do this, but the homeowners out there don't want apartments. You need to find someplace else to put them, and I will leave it at that. Thank you.
And the last one is for Maggie Tetherton.
Good evening, Council. Wrapping up the year at the Chamber. So happy. It's been a very busy year. I wanted to remind you all that next Tuesday is our last Chamber luncheon. It is our member appreciation and award ceremony. Several Schertz businesses and different individuals are up for awards, and so we'll be doing that next Tuesday. Also wanted to give a big shout out to our fire department. So on my off time, I'm also the vice president of our HOA over in Fairhaven, and we had our first and now annual chili cook-off, and we thought, well, let's, which is kind of funny, invite the firemen to the chili cook-off, but we also invited the police too, but they not only showed up, and I'm probably going to butcher this one fireman's name, but Lieutenant Meek and Fireman Schlebensky, Marks, and Kinnaman. They came out, and not only did they come out, they sampled the chili, they helped us judge it, they had hats for the kids. I mean, it was a really great neighborhood event, and it's really one of the things of many that I love about our city is that, you know, we have our first responders, we have our city government that interacts with our community. It just meant the world to the HOA as well as the residents and especially the children. So just really wanted to give a shout out if Chief can let them know, but we really appreciated it. Also coming up is our Health and Home Show, February 3rd. I know that's next year, but we're already booking up fast with booths. We had expanded it last year to not just do health services, but also home repairs, health of your home, and it just was really successful. Thank the City of Schertz for being our partner in that. Also Methodist Hospital, Baptist Neighborhood Hospital, HEB Plus, GVC, and Schertz Civil Emergency Clinic. It's free to the public. It'll be 10 to 1. Again, that's February 3rd. I know that's in the new year, but start planning now. It's going to be a great show. And then last but not least, we have our 2 last ribbon cuttings of the year, and I just thought y'all would be interested. We had 108 new members in the chamber this year, and out of that, 25% were Schertz businesses, which is really awesome. And had 72, well, including the last one we're going to have coming up at the end of this month, 72 ribbon cuttings for the year, and again, 25% of those were Schertz businesses. So we're doing something really good here. Very proud to work with the City of Schertz, and again, a shout out to also Mr. James, Development Services and stuff, because we have been burning up the phones throughout the year, and they have been so good in helping us advocate for our local businesses, and that is all I have. Thank you.
That was the last one for the evening.
All right, thank you. All right, we'll move on to consent agenda items are considered self-explanatory, and information packets are provided to council and available for public viewing. These items require no separate discussion unless requested by council. Item number 1, minutes. Item number 2, appointments, reappointments, resignations, city boards, commissions, and committees. Item number 3, resolution number 23R115. Item number 4, resolution number 23R116. Item number 5, ordinance number 23M28. Item number 6, ordinance number 23S24. Item number 7, ordinance number 23S78. Item number 8, resolution number 23R119. Item number 9, resolution number 23R118. And item number 10, resolution number 23R117. Council, do any of these need to be removed for separate action? Do I have a motion to approve consent agenda items 1 through 10?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion made by Councilmember Hayward and second by Councilmember Watson. Any comments? Council, if you can go ahead and cast your vote. You can go ahead and publish the vote, please. We have 6 ayes, no objections. Motion passes. All right, we'll move on to public hearing. Ordinance number 23S29. Conduct a public hearing and consider amendments to Part 3 of the Schertz Code of Ordinances, Unified Development Code, to Article 3, Boards, Commissions, Committees, and Article 12, Subdivisions. This is our first reading. Mr. Haas?
Right at the base.
There we go. Evening, Council, sorry. Ordinance 23S29, UDC amendments to Article 3 and Article 12. Samuel Haas, Senior Planner. So the subject of this ordinance is essentially platting and the subdivision of land and our process within the city of Schertz. The motivation for this proposal is Texas House Bill HB 3699, which became effective September 1st of this year. And basically, and as you can see in the text here, the governing body of a municipality or the municipal planning commission may delegate some of the approval authority to subdivisions and to plats. So currently, the city of Schertz has approval authority divided into 2 separate entities, and that's going to be the Planning and Zoning Commission and city staff. The Planning and Zoning Commission does preliminary plats, final plats, replats, plat waivers, and subdivision master plans. They have the authority to approve these. City staff does amending plats and minor plats. So here is our platting process. It looks like a lot. That's because it is. And it starts basically when you want to subdivide a piece of land, you start with a preliminary plat certification. And we do the certification because a few years back, the Texas legislature also passed what is colloquially known as the shot clock bill. So when you actually apply for certain development applications, you have 30 days to review and approve it. And so the city of Schertz, along with a lot of other municipalities, decided that that was not enough time. So we adopted this certification process first. So that's the first step in the process. You do a certification. That's where the bulk of the review is done for these plat applications. Once you get these certification letters, you can then apply for an actual, what we call a formal plat. And so in this formal plat is where the fee is assessed, the shot clock begins, and then a P&Z, the Planning and Zoning Commission date, is selected. And that's every second and fourth Wednesday that we have those dates. Sometimes it's only once a month. And so after you get an approved preliminary plat, well, then you go to the final plat, and it's the same exact process. You have your certifications first, and then once you get certified, you go to the final plat. And then the final plat is, again, the fee is assessed, the shot clock begins, we pick a planning and zoning date to get you on, staff prepares the agenda, report, presentation, and then upon approval from the Planning and Zoning Commission there, you can then take your plat and get recorded, so long as there's some other requirements that in between there. And the process is the same for replats and vacating plats, as well as minor plats and amending plats, right? It's the certification and then the formal, except with the minor and amending, as stated before, the city staff actually has authority to approve that, so we don't have to go through picking a date, writing agendas, writing reports for those. So I want to bring your attention to another local government code section, 212.005A. It states the following: the municipal authority responsible for approving plats must approve a plat or a replat that is required to be prepared under this subchapter and that satisfies the requirements of this subchapter. So basically what that means is that neither staff nor the Planning and Zoning Commission can deny a plat if it meets all the requirements. And part of that certification and review process is the staff development team is ensuring that all those requirements are actually met. We will not bring a plat before the commission, mostly unless all the requirements are met. So this process is largely procedural. It's a ceremonial, essentially. And when mentioning that we have that 30-day shot clock, we have a very strict submittal calendar because we need to get, a plat application onto a planning and zoning commission, right, within 30 days, or else it's an automatic approval. If you don't have that review completed within 30 days, it's automatic approval. That's according to state law. So we have this very strict calendar. And this calendar, you'll see that if, let's say you get your certification letters on, this is our actual snippet from our submittal calendar, by the way. If you get your certifications on Wednesday, November 1st, you cannot submit for an actual plat application until Tuesday, November 28th. So it adds time to the development process. So what we are proposing is that staff amend the Unified Development Code to give administrative approval authority for all subdivision plats. And we are going to do that with amendments to Article 3 and Article 12, which I'll go through just right now. So Article 3 is the authority section in our UDC. And the Planning and Zoning Commission shall have final approval authority on the following. So essentially, these items we have added the line, if forwarded by the city manager or his or her designee. So we can staff can forward them on to the Planning and Zoning Commission if we feel that we need to, but it's an if, right? So we are pulling that authority and doing it as a discretion, but you'll see that at the bottom there that we're leaving waivers. So we're letting Planning and Zoning still decide on waivers, and I'll kind of touch on that a little bit later. So then also in Article 3 as well, we have administrative authority, that is staff. And we're adding these sections to the UDC that basically say preliminary plats, final plats, and replats. We now will have the authority for approval on those. And then we go through Article 12, which is the actual subdivision section of our UDC. And this is going to touch on kind of this is just making the UDC consistent with 21.12.2, just adding the city manager, his or her designee in there. Here is just a snippet of the preliminary plat process. And so we're adding a whole nother paragraph, that subsection 2 there. And it's basically outlining the process and how to apply and how staff basically, is starting this review and approval process. And it goes through, this is all in the packet as well. I know it's a lot. And it looks like a jumbled mess here, but this is kind of how we actually do the red lines and make sure that everything is up to snuff there. And then, so this is also going to be the same for final plats, for replats as well. It's basically identical, these markups that we have here. So I'm just showing you the preliminary. So essentially, staff will leave authority for waivers to the platting requirements for the Planning and Zoning Commission. This is we feel, with advice from the city attorney, that this was the discretionary nature of these. It's better to do it before an appointed body, like Planning and Zoning. There's also an appeals process that we're outlining in this new process. And so if staff does end up denying for whatever reason a plat and they appeal that, that'll go to P&Z as well. And then, again, we are also leaving the option to forward any of these plats to the Planning and Zoning Commission as well. So this is what that will look like, essentially. So the Planning and Zoning Commission will still have approval authority for plat waivers, and staff will have the approval authority for the subdivision plats. Now, during our Planning and Zoning Commission, they were saying, well, what are we going to do anymore? And, I just want to outline that the Planning and Zoning Commission it's a recommendation body. They still do specific use permits, zoning, UDC amendments, comp plan amendments, plan adoptions, select development agreements, and they still have final authority for the plat waivers and the appeals as well. So these amendments, we feel, would help eliminate the procedural requirement of bringing plats to the commission for what is effectively automatic approval. These amendments would make our development process more streamlined, efficient, cost-effective for both property owners and applicants, as well as for the city staff. we take a lot of time to put agendas together, to write reports for something that they're just automatically going to approve. And so staff is recommending approval of the amendments to the Unified Development Code as proposed and discussed. And on October 11th, the Planning and Zoning Commission conducted a public hearing and made a recommendation of approval as presented.
Thank you, Mr. Haas. All right, this item is on the agenda as an open public hearing. Is there anyone in attendance who would like to address the City Council in reference to this subject? Mic's open. Going once, going twice. All right, public hearing is closed. Okay, Council, questions? Councilmember Brown.
Yeah, this was a pretty heated discussion in the legislature as well. I know that for a fact. Have you guys talked with other communities? Because I know this is pretty standard across the state. A lot of smaller communities are saying, hey, how do we get around, not get around, but how do we work with this new legislation? Is this kind of, have you discussed this with other people, other cities?
What I can say, so we didn't have any like open discussions with other communities about how they were doing it. We basically had a very open dialogue with our city attorney. We did a lot of back and forth with that, but I can tell you that we were just at a planning conference and we were talking to other communities that have already done this, and it's going really well. So, yeah, a lot of people are adopting basically these provisions.
Right. Yeah. I've seen a lot of different articles across the state on it, and I know there's a lot of jumping around trying to figure out how to do it best. So,
sure.
Okay, good enough. Thanks.
Councilmember Scagliola.
Yeah, I was just wondering, you said you had the discussion with the planning and zoning. They're not becoming obsolete, are they?
No, they are not.
They will still have a lot of responsibilities for the planning and zoning process.
Absolutely, yes. They still have a lot to do.
And what were their basic comments on this? Were they in favor of it, saw the value in it?
It was a unanimous approval, and I think some of them felt that they were not relevant anymore, but that's not the case. And as I mentioned at this slide, they still have all these responsibilities here. So they are a vital first step in the development process still. And as far as I know, they haven't denied a plat in a long time. We're still bringing waivers to them, so the things that are, if somebody can't connect to sewer or something, we're still letting them decide on that. So they're still absolutely going to be a big part of the decision-making process.
Okay, it is a team effort. That's my only comment. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Council, any other comments? Is there a motion to approve ordinance number 23S29?
So moved.
Second.
Motion's been made by Councilmember Hayward, second by Councilmember Brown. Any other comments? Council, if you can please cast your vote. If you can please publish the vote, please. Okay. It's 6 yeas, no objections. Motion passes. Thank you. All right, we'll move on to discussion item, ordinance number 23T31, authorizing adjustment to the fiscal year 2023-2024 adopted budget for items approved but not expended. Excuse me, but not expanded to in the fiscal year 2022-2023, and this is our first reading. Mr. Walters, floor is yours.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. My name is James Walters. I'm the Finance Director here for the City of Schertz. At the end of every year, at the beginning of a new year, we look back and see what items were approved to be spent during the fiscal year and what actually was spent. So some of the items that were approved ended up having delays in manufacturing or delivery, getting off the ground for engineering purposes and other type reasons. And so the expenses are actually going to roll into this fiscal year. So the money was in last fiscal year, but the expenses will be in this fiscal year. So in November, we like to bring forward those items, the big type items that would potentially negatively impact our operations this year because they ended up falling into the wrong fiscal year. This year we have two areas we want to move money forward. One is in the police department, $634,000. The vehicles, as you know, our vehicles have been delayed, trying to get those purchased and outfitted and delivered. So we have 10 vehicles actually being rolled forward, along with some animal services, dog run and kennel improvements, and then general body armor, ammo, and other supplies. And then in the streets department, we have $653,000 related to roadway maintenance, including the repairs to Trainer, Hale, and Windy Meadows, and to complete some sidewalk removal and replacement along Rooster Run and Red Barn Run. So all those items were approved last year, but were unable to be spent.
Thank you, Mr. Walters. All right, council, floor is open for discussion. I see none. Is there a motion to approve 23T31?
So moved.
Second. Mr.
Motion's been made by Councilmember Hayward and second by Councilmember Watson. Council, any other comments? You can cast your vote, please. We can publish the vote, please. We have 6 yeas, no objection. Motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Walters. All right, we'll move on. Item number 13, resolution number 23R122, authorize the city manager to amend the Southern Plant Wastewater Services and Funding Agreement. Due to the nature of this item, it would be best that we consult with our city attorney to clarify a couple of the proposed funding agreement, and therefore we're going to go into executive session regarding this matter. So the time is 6:56. We will reconvene after our discussion and deliberation.
that correct?
Pretty good.
I thought it was 8 o'clock.
Oh,
Yeah. 6:58. 7:10.
All right, the time is now 7:13. We reconvene into our regular session after our discussion and deliberation regarding item 13, the Southern Plant and Wastewater. Start time was 6:58 and end time was 7:10. With that, is there any further discussion from our council? Is there a motion to approve resolution number 23R122?
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Councilmember Davis and second by Councilmember Brown. Any further discussion? You can go ahead and cast your vote. You can publish the vote, please. We have 6 yeas, no objection, motion passes. All right, we'll move on. All right, item number 14 is the structure of 1049 Live Oak Road, and item number 15 is the August and September 2023 monthly financial statements. These were information packets that were provided to council and available for public viewing at our website, Schertz.com. So next we'll go on to requests and announcements. Before we proceed, there is a special announcement that I'd like to make today. Today is Councilmember Whitaker's last day on the dais, and we have a special presentation. If you can join me up here, please. He has been very instrumental in the shaping and of our city, and we can't thank you enough. And we have a special presentation for you. Our plaque. Up on the dais, very interesting sometimes. Yeah.
Thanks.
And also, we very much appreciate everything.
Is that okay? And I just wanted to say for your exemplary service and dedication and your commitment to your community and your embodiment of our core values. I wanted to give you a city manager coin and just say thank you for everything. So
I always do the right thing. Right?
you do.
Thank you.
You do always do the right thing.
I've prepared a few words. Actually, first thing I should say is I'm not really comfortable speaking in public, but when you have to do it, you have to do it. And I definitely wanted to say that it has been an honor and a privilege to have been, number one, elected to be part of the city council in the city of Schertz, to have served on council for the last 3 years. It's somewhat hard to imagine that it actually happened, and here I am at the end of my term. So I just wanted to say I have loved every minute of it. I've especially loved some of the extra thing that we get to do, the ribbon cuttings, the luncheons, the conferences that I attended, the events, the holidazzle. My son's favorite thing was the parade, so he's really going to miss. He said, "Oh, Mom, we're not going to be in the Christmas parade." That's my youngest son. So he just loved being part of that, and I really enjoyed that as well. I love getting to know the staff. City staff has been amazing. I love getting to know the council members, residents, community leaders, the Chamber of Commerce, just so many amazing people that I really had never had any contact with before I ran for city council. So that's been a huge benefit to me. I loved getting to know how local government worked. I had some general information and general knowledge about the process, but it's a steep learning curve when you come into this seat, and I'm very thankful for the opportunity to know more about how the city works. It's a lot more complicated than I think most people really realize, and it's hard to understand until you're either in this seat or you work for the city, and I think more people should take the time to pay attention to how the process works, and just appreciate the people that are involved in that. Just to mention, sometimes we get the packets the Friday before a meeting, and most recently, I think there was one that was like 950 pages. It's a lot of information from a Friday till a Tuesday to review, absorb, deliberate, ask questions. So it's definitely not a simple process. I loved being up here on the dais. While I'm somewhat uncomfortable speaking in public, some of my favorite times were when I chose to speak because I thought it was worth saying something. And I enjoyed being part of the process. I especially enjoyed having the opportunity to feel like I was making an impact on things where it wasn't just a unanimous, everybody said yes, and we just moved forward. But when we had to have a discussion, I really appreciated being able to be part of that discussion. I would really, truly love to continue to serve. It's been a wonderful experience, but it's also a significant time commitment. And so right now my job and my kids need a little bit more of my time. So that's why I had to step down, not run for re-election, but I'm not going far. I will probably be around, and I just want to thank everyone who supported me, everyone who mentored me, who taught me during these 3 years, and those who tolerated me. I appreciate those folks as well. So thank you all for the opportunity, and I'm just very blessed to be here.
Once again, thank you for serving our community. She joined us in November of 2020, and we all know what we were going through in 2020. She helped us with the clinics that we were running, and have very, very profound impact in our city and community. Thank you so much. All right, Council, is there any possible updates or information requested from staff? Council, is there anything you'd like to place on the future agenda? Hey, announcements by Council Member, Mayor Pro Tem Watson.
Nothing at this time.
Council Member Davis.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I attended the Thanksgiving luncheon today that the staff had for the city employees. It was a great turnout, great event, and glad to see all of our employees taking a moment to have some camaraderie and unwind a little bit from all they do. Thank you.
Councilmember Whitaker.
I did attend the Veterans Day ceremony at the city of Selma. Very well done. My favorite, Northeast Partnership Luncheon. I attended that. Several ribbon cuttings, the Axe Shack in Cibolo, Wellness with Gina, and Strawler Dental since my last meeting. And then also the Chamber of Commerce Civic Leaders Luncheon was since the last time I was here. Thank you.
Councilmember Scagliola.
Yeah, the Veterans Day over at Selma was really nice. And attended the Thanksgiving luncheon. Absolutely super that the staff thinks enough of the folks actually give them time off to for fellowship and some really good food too. So that's all I have, sir.
Okay. Councilmember Hayward.
Yes, I attended a few things. The TML Risk Pool Board meeting, the NRP groundbreaking development subcommittee meeting, municipal court proclamation, EDC meeting, I attended the American Planning Association of Texas. That was definitely an eye-opening experience, and I truly gained a lot of knowledge, and I had a light bulb moment. But the planning is definitely it's all about art and science when they make those decisions, and so it was a good conference. I attended a couple of ribbon cuttings. Dave Straka from engineering, it was in Seguin today, and we had every city represented there. It was a ribbon cutting for Strahler Dental and Wellness with Gina, and that is all.
Councilmember Brown.
Yeah, the Northeast Partnership Luncheon, that's a great organization. Whoever started that, well done for the future. And the Veterans Memorial Day, that was another well-done event by the Chamber. Thank you.
Okay. With that, I'd like to just mention that the Texas Air Show has been relocated from Lackland Air Force Base to Randolph Air Force Base, and that is going to be on April 6th and April the 7th, 2024. And that is a great plus for this part of our city here. With that, it is 7:24. We stand adjourned.
Mayor exercise, Jackson response. So I think it's in February. One of the meetings I was in today, they said